Yo, thank you guys so much for tuning in this video. We greatly appreciate you guys being here today. In this video, we're going to talk about how New World plans to monetize their game. So first, we're going to start off by going through what's available now and then talk about what's going to happen after the game releases. So as of right now, the game is a buy-to-play game. You can buy 3 different versions. There is the standard version for $39.99, the deluxe edition for $49.99, and then the Steelbook edition for $59.99. All 3 of those editions get you access to the beta, and then the deluxe edition and Steelbook edition just get you a few skins, and then the Steelbook edition obviously gets you the Steelbook with a collector's edition map to go along with it. So Amazon Games has also confirmed that after release, there's going to be an in-game cash shop in New World where you can spend real money for in-game digital items, but details around what will be available in the cash shop have not been released at this time. But we do know that it's going to be cosmetic only, and it's not going to be a pay-to-win scenario. So, Red, what do you think, first of all, about having the cash shop in the game, period? Do you think that's okay? Do you think it's bad? What's your thoughts there?
I think it is what it is. I mean, this 2021, video games in general have found this new way to monetize that isn't just a sticker price at launch. You have the cash shop that just like I hate to bring up Fortnite or all of those other games, have these cosmetic things that sell well, that people are interested in investing their extra money in to look cool in the game, and I'm fine with it. If that keeps New World putting out content month after month after year, then I'm 100% cool with it. Give me some cool stuff though. You know what I'm saying? I want some dope looking costumes. I want some dope stuff for my house. I'm more than fine with that monetization strategy as long as it doesn't leak into the pay to win category, which, I mean, come on, by now I think we've all learned we've had enough Arc Ages put out to where, just give us cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I think they've been pretty clear about not wanting to inch into the pay-to-win category. As far as we know right now, it's going to be all cosmetic stuff that's going to be going into the cash shop. And I think people have to keep in mind that an MMO has to have ongoing funds for development. So you have to fund that somehow. I know that the initial sales of the game should get them somewhere, because I think New World's going to be rather popular. They should sell a whole lot of copies. They probably already sold a lot of copies through pre-ordering. But in order to fund the game long term, and they're wanting to have a 10-year strategy, I don't think that's enough. So I think you do have to have either a subscription or a cash shop or something. And I think the cash shop is fine as long as it's completely optional. So then this kind of moves us into the other topic here, and that is kind of the free to play model. Well, something like ESO, where it's a buy to play, but there's no subscription. It has an in-game cash shop, but it also has an optional sub. What do you think about the optional sub model that games like Elder Scrolls Online have and Albion Online have, where they offer you additional perks for subbing, but you don't have to sub? Would you be interested in seeing New World implement something like that, like in the future?
This one's tough. I would say no. I think ESO puts out enough content to justify a subscription. So that's like one of those things that, I think you look at any subscription-based game, you look at how much content's available, how much content are they putting out, or how much are they updating the game on a regular basis. Because, I've subbed the games before, obviously, but it's always like that's usually the game I'm playing. I'm getting a lot of value out of that game, a lot of hours played. So that's the most important thing about asking for a subscription for your game, I think, is continuing to put out content to justify that $15 a month charge, or whatever amount that they do. And initially, do I think New World should be a sub game? No, I don't. And like you said, they're using the cash shop action, or the cash shop option, which I think is a good way to get some some subsidiary income. And then obviously the sticker price. I would assume they're going to charge for expansions in the future, which I'm fine with as well. I think Guild Wars 2 is one of those games that it's like buy to play, in a true sense. Elder Scrolls Online does the same thing, but they have the sub and the cash shop. And I feel like a lot of the times with the Elder Scrolls Online, I feel like they're milking it maybe a little too much. You know what I mean? They basically charge for everything at this point. And I hate the convenience thing, dude. that is like, to me, the worst way to do a subscription is like, yo, you don't have to sub, but you're gonna hate the game if you don't sub. And to me, like, either make it free to play or make it a subscription based game. Don't, like, you know, nickel and dime people to death.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I think that the way New World is doing it is just fine. And I think that having a buy to play game plus a cash shop is fine. I think that you're onto something there with the Elder Scrolls Online kind of asking a little too much there. I love Elder Scrolls. I'm not knocking. It's a really fun game, and obviously they're very successful with what they're doing, but they do monetize, in my opinion, a little bit too much. I mean, whenever you're playing the game, you have stuff thrown at you all the time for the cash shop, which is okay, I guess, if that was their way to monetize consistently over the long term. But they also have the sub model as well, and so they have all these different ways to monetize, which I guess on their end is smart, but it can be a little off-putting to players. I think Albion does it a little bit better in that they have a free-to-play game, so you can try the game completely free. You don't have to buy the game, and then you can sub if you want to later on down the road to gain additional benefits, which I think is fine. Elder Scrolls Online, you have to buy the game just to try it, and then you try it without the sub, and then if you like it, then you have to sub for the crafting bag and all the other features that they offer, and then on top of that, you have the cash shop. So I do think that becomes a little bit much, and I hope New World doesn't go that way because you do have to purchase the game up front. It's not free to play up front. I would rather them steer away from the subscription based model. But so what about just the sub model in general? Something like what Ashes of Creation is going to do. The game is going to be free to play, and then they're just going to charge a subscription, and that they're going to have a cash shop too, but the game's going to be free on release and just a subscription and a cash shop versus having to buy the game. What do you think about that model?
No one's ever done that before. I like the idea of having because if you're gonna have a sub-based game, then I like the idea of not charging for literally anything else. Like, you just sub, you can play whatever the latest version is. You don't have to pay extra money. You just sub, right? I like that. Yeah. If you're gonna have a sub, that seems like the best option, actually. Because another thing that we didn't mention, like, Elder Scrolls literally charges for each piece of content too. So you can't, your subs, you do get this, like, the small, expansions or whatever you want to call them, but the large, the large chunks of game that they put out, I think biannually at this point, are still like $40 or whatever, dude. So, you have some people I would have had. I think, me personally, I don't even play the game right now. I probably have a couple $100 in the game right now, and I'm not playing it, and I'd have to sub when I go back, or else all my inventory stuff is going to be a wreck. So yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have a sub, then do it that way, man. Literally everything else is included in that $15 a month price. So if New World 10 goes that way, dude, if the game's good, I'll pay the $15 a month. Like I said, I just want them to consistently put out content to keep people entertained. If they're doing that, then I think it's reasonable to ask for, an expansion ticket price, a buy to play expansion, or some sort of like continuing payment but I would prefer one or the other. I don't want to see them try to, like, again, milk players.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. So last question, and then we'll wrap this thing up. What would be your optimal MMO monetization experience from a player standpoint? Which one do you prefer?
So if content aside, I think the buy to play model is the best one, because here it makes it easier, it makes it easier for returning players. Like, if I buy the sticker price at New World and I have it in my Steam library, and I ever want to come back and see, what have they added new, or what are the newest update, there is no barrier to entry for that player. The returning player gets to go, and there is no, like, oh, well, I have to resub, I have to, like, remanage all my inventory, all of that other stuff. So the buy to play model, in my opinion, is the best one, as long as they're continuing to put out content and again, in a consistent fashion. Yeah, dude, I think New World's onto something with the buy to play model. I really like that they're doing it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think their monetization strategy is just fine. I have no problem with paying the sticker price of the game and then them having an in-game cash shop. I'm sure they know this by now. Everyone does. They just have to be very careful about what they put in the cash shop. If they do that, I think they'll be fine. Cosmetics only. People are going to buy the cosmetics. I know I'm going to. If they put some in there, I would definitely buy some. In the preview event, we didn't get to see a lot of skins, but we do know there's skins coming in because whenever you order the deluxe edition or the Steelbook edition, you get like the Woodsman armor skin, the Woodsman hatchet skin. You get those types of things, and then there's also an emote you get. So I would assume there'll be like emotes you can buy from the cash shop, skins you can buy from the cash shop, that type of stuff. I also hope they don't add like buy for convenience item type stuff too. I'm not sure how I feel about buying like experience boosts and that type of thing. That kind of is borderline pay to win to me. I don't really like that type of stuff. So I hope they stick to purely cosmetic. You make a really, really good game that people are going to want to play. Everybody pays the sticker price, and then if people are hooked into it enough because the game is good, they will buy cosmetics. So I think the model is fine, man. I think it's good, and I guess we'll have to see how the cash shop plays out.
Yeah, one thing that I do want to mention in the cash shop range, and that some games do kind of, get trapped into, is they spend most of their development time on appearance items at that point. Yeah. So then they know that that's where they're getting their money. So then they don't work so much on new experiences for players to bring in new players, or pull back existing players. They spend most of their development time on like appearance items. So that's a trap that they have to be careful with, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a very, very good point, a very valid one. And I hope that they don't fall into that trap too, because I think we've seen a lot of other games do that as well. So that about wraps it up, man. You have anything else to add to the video?
No. Well, I mean, again, I'm just ready for the game to come out. And I'm cool. Like if they want to take the approach of expansions, or maybe down the line when they get more content a sub, then I'm all for it, as long as they're giving me stuff to do. Keep me playing the game, dude. That's what I really want.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, just give us a good game, man. That's all we want, which I think it will be. Well, all right, guys, that about wraps it up for this one. We appreciate you guys being here. Tell us what you think about the monetization strategy in the comments below. We'd love to talk to you about it and see what your thoughts are. We always love to interact with you guys in the comments, get to know you a little bit. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Do you like the buy to play? Do you like the subscription model, free to play with a sub? What do you guys think? Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscription button and the bell to get live notifications whenever we release a new video. Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. A new video goes live every day of the week. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Thanks a bunch.